Hi, I'm Vareen, a curious explorer of the intricate landscape of the human mind and behaviors, and you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where I unravel the mysteries behind the incongruous thoughts that pepper our everyday existence. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ink Thoughts podcast. Yes, today I've invited another guest. I hope this can be a consistent thing that I keep doing. Alright, so today I have Qiong here with us. Qiong, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure for Rain to invite me on the show. I'm Qiong. I'm from Malaysia. So I'm currently wrapping up my master's study, but at the same time, I'm also doing a work and travel program in the US. So it's really my honor to be here to share my thoughts today. Thank you so much, Rain.
No problem. It has been something that has been on the back of my mind for quite a while. I was like, yeah, I feel like inviting you, but I don't know, maybe I was just procrastinating. Yeah.
I would say it's
Yeah,
the
so
perfect timing right now.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so uh Yucho was my university friend, and so we met each other during university, but I guess towards the end we only started having a bit more connection and stuff, right?
Yeah, it was. I think we met each other during foundation, but then like we weren't in the same course during bachelor's, and then until the end, well, somehow we clicked, and then I feel like both of us is like our personalities match. It's just that we never got the opportunity to like hang out and stuff because of COVID, obviously.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and most of the time we are not having I mean we're not joining the
Yeah,
same club and society as well.
yeah. But it's better. It's never too late.
Yeah, true. Yeah, all right, so today I'm very um exciting to discuss productivity with Yichong because she always give me the feeling like she's so hardworking, she's so productive all the time. I'm really curious about her thoughts and how she does things. Yeah. So would you like to tell us a bit more about your like what you're currently doing, as in like your master, and what actually inspired your interest in doing what you are doing?
Mm-hmm. So first of all, it's really an over compliment that saying that I'm very hardworking and very productive. I mean, in everything that I do, I try my best. It's just that for me, I think I am a really greedy person. So I have a lot of things that I want to do. So like I said, I try my best. So in the end, I have a lot of things on my shoulder, but regardless whether I perform well or not, I think like I always do my best. So like at this current stage, I've already complete like towards like wrapping up my masters. So it's really like just waiting for like the final submission and then like the final results, whether or not if I can graduate. So uh before, let's just talk about my masters for now. So before I enrolled in my masters, I always had a really deep interest in learning, especially nutrition. So I did my bachelor's degree in nutrition in University of Nottingham, Malaysia, with in the same university with Marine. And then after I graduated, I always had that thought of like pursuing like a master's degree. It's just that I never really thought that, oh, I would go into master's degree right away after I graduate from my bachelor's. And then I always thought, oh, I wanna pursue like a career first, go into like the corporate world or market for like 1 or 2 years. Then slowly I would know, oh, if I really want to do a master's or not. But at that time in Malaysia, so sadly, Malaysia is very business and finance focused. So it in science, research and development, healthcare and stuff, it's just like really slow, and then like the job opportunities that were available at that time weren't very attracting me. So so at that time, and I saw like an interesting opportunity for me to pursue a master's degree that they would pay me for a stipend for like 2 years, and also they would provide me a full scholarship. So I thought, okay, why not? Since I wanted to study, and then I was interested in research at that time, so I thought, okay, might as well, I would just take up that role. So for my master's degree, because it's like a paid role, so I'm also working as a research assistant for a larger project, and at the same time I had to write up and then like prep for do the research for my master's program. So that lasted for a good 2.5 years until now. Yeah, 2.5 years. So I would say the whole master's journey was a really tough one, because like I understand that some people they do masters was already very challenging, but for me I had another role of being a research assistant for a larger project. So you can imagine, like to be really honest, there was no work life balance. I tried my best, but there was really no work life balance for the past 2 years. And then on my daily activity would, like, on days that I have to go to hospitals for data collection, I would wake up at like maybe 6 a.m., and then I had to drive to the hospital, and then like for half a day
Wow.
until like 12 p.m. I had to drive back home. So that I can remember, like for most of the times I was driving back home, I was so drained, and then like I almost dozed off during driving. But the thing is that when I reach home, it's not the end yet. I only started doing like writing up for my master stuff, and then like start to think about, oh, what I want to do for my own project, and then like what are the other tasks, and then it could go on and go on and on until like before I sleep. So there was a phase of me like being really burnt out, because I had to juggle all of it. And then during the start of my master's journey, it was like a really tough one because the transition was really hard. I had to be independent, I had to work by myself. I had no one to discuss about my project. So I was really lost. So at the start, I felt like really quitting. But um, I would say that later on, I realized that because this lifestyle is going to be a marathon, like this research journey is not going to be like uh, it's not like a sprint. I would have to embrace it as the lifestyle. So slowly, I incorporated more
Mm-mm.
exercises and stuff for me to relax myself, and I also acknowledged that having enough rest is more beneficial than trying to like complete every task in like one single day. So like embracing that marathon mindset made me
Mm.
um made change me, and then made me survive, I would say, and continue. Yeah, so that was a little bit of my life for the past 2 years. But right now I'm in a much better pace, and maybe I can talk about it later on. But other than that, these 2 years of being in masters not just honed me with like research skills and all the other like statistical stuff, all the hard skills, but I feel like it has transformed me into a very different person. For me to be to learn independently, to solve problems by myself, and then to be brave even though like at times that I feel lost, and also in terms of time management and my emotions management. So I would say like these are the really important lessons that I learned in the past 2 years.
I see. So your master program is fully research, right?
It is fully researched. So like whenever there's no finishing line for me. So it's not like a 2 year and then I would finish it. It really depends on my project progress.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Yeah. So like you say, you have to work on your own project, and then you're working on like the research assistant part. So your life is basically all about research. How does that make you feel?
It was disastrous, to be honest. At the start, I was so focused on my studies and also my sort of like career, I would say. So if it made me feel like life is not fun at all. And then, like, to be really honest, it's not a high paying job, so it's really not rewarding for me. Well, it's also so mentally challenging and physical challenging. So sometimes I question myself, what am I
Mm.
doing here? Like, really, like, have I made like the worst decision at all? Because, like, if you think about it, there's no work-life balance. It's so low paying and it's so tough. So like what am I doing at all? But I always, like, for me, a personal trait of mine is that I always try to look on the bright side, like, because, like, honestly I can't change the situation, so I change my mindset. At least I feel better, and it would help me, like, survive. Yeah,
That's really nice. Yeah, most of the time when we are in a very difficult situation, it's not that easy to change your mindset. But
it
you
is
did it.
really hard. It is really hard. Like, at times it's really hard, but I think I think it's a practice. For me, it was really hard for me to, like, try to look on the bright side at the start. But I feel like if you keep practicing, like, try to do that mindset shift, like, it would get easier and easier. Trust me. For me, it was like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So like you say, everything is so stressful, and so do you would you say you still enjoy research after these 2 years of doing research every single day?
Maybe. I think deep down, I still have a passion for, like, learning and also research. It's just that right now, at this stage, I'm taking, like, a break. I'm taking a break from, like, serious work. That's why I'm in work and travel in the States. So I feel like this break is very essential for me to, like, reconfigure my directions in life. Like, what path I want to go. Do I still like research and stuff? Like like a very short answer is that I don't think I like research a lot, but it's from the feedbacks I heard from my supervisors and other friends and all, I think it's one of my strength because of my personality, because I was able to I'm a really independent person. A little bit background on me is that I'm the oldest sibling in my house, so I had to, like, sort of, like, be independent. And then another personality trait is that I don't give up easily. So I feel like my personality matches what I was pursuing, but it's really not, like, a thing that I like, but I would still do it because I read it somewhere that like like it goes like something that's a career that's sustainable for you is a career that you're good at. So for me, I hold that really close to my heart. Like, I feel like for me, because I was able to change my mind. I always try to change my mindset. So I feel like sometimes I would be able to delulu myself to tell myself that, okay, you will like it. Okay, you will like it. You will do it well. So, and I really believe law of attraction. So yeah, I think eventually things work out for me. Like, if I want to pursue a career in research or not in future, I feel like I would, because it's the skills that I already picked up in the past 2 years, and I really don't want to waste the all the skills that all the experiences that I survived in this past two
Mm.
years. Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes delulu yourself for a bit is actually very, I mean, it
I
works magically.
know. I know. It's like there was a phase for me, like I was holding that phase. The Lulu is the Solulu for, like, for me to, like, survive that whole phase. Yeah. It was pretty tough.
Wow, delulu is just lulu. Sounds so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what we have seen, like you've been really busy and productive all this while since the day I know you until today. Um, what do you think productive mean to you?
Productive to me, to me, it for me, productivity means, like, I am fully in that situation, in, like, a situation. So, like, I don't have to do a lot of things, but I feel like if you're just doing one thing, and then if you are in the flow, like, you are so focused on it, and then you're not distracted by things and
Mm.
stuff, you are productive. Yeah. but in my case, because I'm really greedy, so I always try to do a few things, and I always try to delude myself, telling myself that okay, you are capable of it, you can do this. So people might seem like, oh, I'm always juggling so many tasks, but like for me, I feel like um I would like to focus on one task, but for me, I feel like switching tasks sometimes help me because I get bored really easily. So like having that switch between like tasks and roles, I feel like it gives me like a time or like a space, a mind space to like rest from like maybe like task A. That when I switch to task B, I get to take a break from task A, and then when I go switch on to task C, I get to take a break from task B, something like that.
Okay, so
Mhm.
task switching is the thing that works for you.
Yeah, for me.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because um, I mean the first time that the topic of productivity keeps coming up in my mind is I think during COVID. Like I guess everyone
Yeah,
is just too free at home, and then
it
um,
is.
they started feeling guilty that they're not doing much, and then
Mhm.
there's a lot of so-called productivity videos that comes out online, then
Yeah.
tell us like, yeah, um, I woke up what time? I mean, early in the morning, and then I did so much in a day, and so then I started having this thought like, yeah, being productive, does it really mean I have to complete a lot? But actually, it might not be that case.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so
Mhm.
I started having this thought like being busy and being productive. What is the fine line between these
Mhm.
two?
Mhm.
So, can you describe a time when you felt the most productive? Or if, let's say, there are any other factors that contributed to you feeling that way?
Mm, for me, I think like I feel like if I look back, oh, there's a lot of things that I've done like during university years. Like not to say COVID, I feel like during COVID I wasn't super productive, but like after I joined my masters up till like right now, um like I feel like for myself, it might be cringy to say, but I feel like I've been pretty productive for most of this time. If you want to say when I feel most productive, it was when it was like maybe the start of the year. So like if the recent one, the start of the year. So that time I was juggling my master's, my research assistant job. I had another short-term research assistant job, and then I was also doing like some online tutoring with kids. So the reason why I'm doing that, like having so many roles, was because I was trying to like save up money to sponsor myself for this work and travel program. So I wouldn't recommend anyone to do that because it is really tiring. It's really stressful, and then it's like if I want to do it again, I probably won't. But like for me, why would I think it's productive? It's just because like I try to squeeze in everything at in a day, and then like try to I feel like that time I was like fully utilizing my time. I wasn't like spending time just scrolling Instagram or like watching YouTube for hours, watching movies. Like I still had my break. I still tried to like maintain my work life balance, but it was a very mindful schedule. Like I would be like maybe in the morning I was working on this research assistant role. In the afternoon I was doing another research assistant role. Maybe in the afternoon I had a little bit of time. I was doing my master stuff, and then at night I was doing my online tutoring role. So like obviously I still have my little me time before sleep because I feel like it's essential for me to wind down. But like I think that like I said just now,
Mm-hmm.
so like for me switching between tasks is a break. So like even though I still feel tired when I'm doing an online tutoring with the kids and stuff, but like I feel like that gave me a break, like a sort of like a break from all my research assistant stuff and all the academic stuff. So it was pretty essential. Like for me, I had to sacrifice my entertainment and social, but it was fine because I know the goal that I had in mind was to save up money for this work and travel. So so eventually things worked out, I would say. During weekdays I would just fully focus on all the roles that I have, but like weekends, I still work, but like I would have my weekly boxing routine. I would go exercise and maybe meet a friend, something like that, so that I have like a little reward for myself for surviving the week. So that was how I was like at the start of the year. Yeah.
That's nice. Okay. Yeah, like you said, you've been juggling so many
Hmm.
roles and responsibilities. Have you ever felt burnout throughout this process?
Always. I would say always. Like, but it got better. I feel like it got better because like, at the start of my masters, it was a really tough transition, and then I was living alone, and then I was so tunnel vision on my just my master stuff, so like, I lost the bigger picture of life. Like I always thought that, oh, once I finish my master stuff, I get to rest. Once I finish my master stuff, I get to reward myself. But like it really doesn't work like that, because when are you gonna finish your master stuff? It's a 2 year program. When are you gonna finish it? Are you gonna like work so hardcore for 2 years and then you don't relax, you don't reward yourself? Like how is it gonna be? You're gonna be crazy. So for me, slowly I accepted the fact that, okay, that is only that much that I can do in a day, and then like I can't possibly like work harder so that I can like finish faster, because like don't get me wrong, sometimes like some other jobs and works and all, it's like it's the hard work that you put in is proportional to the result, but research is an exception. like in
Mm,
research, there's a lot of times that you have to spend a lot of effort and time, like doing like all the behind the scenes work on the computer running analysis, but it doesn't mean that like 4 hours that you spend on, like, let's say SPSS, a software, it would translate to like a meaningful result. So like
yeah,
research is not like that. So for me, I slowly embrace that, okay, it's a lifestyle, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle. So like just take the break when you need to, and then come back recharge, and then you would do better. Yeah, for me it would be
that's
like
a
that.
really good mindset to have.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's important to not just research, but also like in any other career, because obviously you have like at least 30 more years to work.
Mm,
And then like you can't tell yourself that, oh, okay, after
yeah,
30 years I would
yeah,
have
true.
all the fun, but by the time you are so old, not like you're old, but like you're not as energetic as you used
Yeah.
to be like right now, so you would miss out a lot of
Mm,
experiences. It, like things would be different, I would say. So like, but for me, I don't go all out when I have fun, but I try to not leave regrets. Like if I really want to do it right now, just do it. Yeah.
that's really nice. So, how would you define productivity in between like personal and professional life? Because I guess it's a bit
Mhm.
difficult for you because everything is just mixed up, and
It
you're
is, it
somehow
is kind of
carrying
like that.
research as your identity now.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So
Is there a way that you define it?
for me, at the start, I would say it was really hard to like differentiate, because for me, how I define my personal success is from work. So I take like people's feedback on my work really, really seriously. So if they say that I don't do well, I would feel so sad, because like I take it so
Mm,
personally and so seriously, and I put in so much effort to get people's recognition, which is not a good thing. um but like slowly I would say I try to differentiate, like I try to not uh take people's opinions so seriously and so personally, because like in the end, like we can't control what people think. I think that's also part of adulting that made me
mm,
change my mindset a little bit, that I get to define how I do how I do in my life instead of people, because people can never see the whole story. They can only see one side of you. Okay, maybe I'm not doing so well for that side, but it doesn't mean that I'm always so bad, right? There would be times that I'm doing better.
mm,
There will be times that I'm doing worse. And also, like, what what are the other things that are happening at the back when I was doing like maybe not so well. Maybe I could be like handling other problems with my family. Maybe I could be juggling other tasks. So like people can never see that side. So me myself and I am the best person to judge whether or not I did well or not. Yeah. So so for me
Wow, that's really empowering.
yeah, so like slowly after I embrace that thought, I tell myself that okay, at work I have to give my 100%, but I also need downtime. So on my I would say like on my downtime, it's like usually weekends or like whenever I put in like little breaks on in the day because like research is so flexible. So when I let's say when I want to go boxing, I would I would go boxing and then I would put all in. I don't think about my research stuff when I'm boxing. So to me, that is productive because I make sure that I'm present in that moment. Yeah. So like if I'm boxing and then I'm still so worried about my research stuff, I'm wasting money to go boxing, I'm wasting time, wasting effort. And then when I do my research stuff or my master stuff, I would think that, oh, I need a break. So like it's really not helping. So I always try to like put myself in present at that moment. And then productivity in personal life. I feel like at this moment I value that so much more than work. Like as because like for me, I feel like I'm a person who really I'm really serious, and I try to like give a lot of attention in relationships, not just romantic relationships but friendships, like family and stuff. So I always try to schedule time to like talk to my family, talk to my boyfriend, talk to my meet up with different friends. And also for myself, relationship with myself is really important too. Like I try to do things that will improve myself. Like for example, going exercise or like treating myself like something or like a little snack that I want. So I feel like when you get that reward for yourself, like whether it can be like some doing something that you like, or like meeting a friend, or like just having a phone call and stuff. When you get that reward for yourself, it's like a booster for you to it's like a booster for you to see like the bright side of the light. It's not just like all the gloomy and like all the boring stuff at work, but it's like when you get that little reward, you say, oh, life is so much fun. Yeah. So that's like my little secret to like try to stay passionate about things that are happening in life.
Oh, that really sounds really nice. Like, yeah, I guess we should all learn from you. We would live a happier life in this way.
No, I'm just really good at deluluing myself for real. I think like some people they get really stuck at their own thoughts, like especially the negative thoughts. Because I do
Mm,
have friends who's always coming back to
yeah.
me telling me about their sad stuff and all. But I always try to tell themselves like if you focus on just the gloomy side of life,
Mm,
like you would be trapped inside there. Like no one can help you like except yourself. If you want to
yeah.
get out of this situation, you have to change your mindset and start fixing that problem. If not, you're gonna be trapped there.
Yeah, true. Like even if you're trying to seek mental health profession, I mean, seeking help from mental professionals,
It
the first step
is.
you have to take is from you. You have to,
Yeah.
yeah, acknowledge that you are going to put in the work.
Yes, yes. Speaking of which, actually, I talked to an academic counselor about like I seek for some support at the very early stage of my master's. So I
Mm,
was at a really, really bad stage in terms of mental health. I spoke to a person, and then I was at that time, I thought that, oh, she would give me the answer to all of this. She would bring me out of this, like out of this slump, out of this difficult this situation. But it was not as I thought. So there was a lot of like different exercises that I will need to like work on, a lot of things I have to like
mm,
write down, journaling and stuff. So like it really helped me recognize that, oh, the only person who can bring you out of this slump is yourself. And no matter, and like things are gonna be really scary and hard, all your thoughts and stuff, but like you have to face it. Like once you cross, like once you climb over that mountain, you conquered that mountain, you'll be okay. And then you just have to do it a few more times, just a
Yeah,
little bit more practice, and then it will be easier and easier. That's what the counselor told me too.
that's a very good analogy to think about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, like people always get I mean, I guess the fine line between being productive and being busy is um not very clear. So
Mm-hmm.
what do you? I mean, how would you differentiate being productive and just being busy?
Mm, to me, I am still having some trouble with like differentiating these two terms because I feel like sometimes even for myself, I have some I have some toxic traits of keeping myself busy to think that I'm productive. But like
Mm,
but I think like eventually it still goes back to like being present and at the moment. Like which can be like things like for
mm,
me, my little hack is to have a schedule. I don't have a schedule right now because now it's like my downtime from all the serious stuff. I'm just like taking a break. But
uh,
like in when I was in Malaysia, throughout my whole master's journey, I would say I always had like an Excel sheet that I plan out what I want to do, like maybe not just for the day but like for the week or like for the month. Like if I say, like let's say, oh, I want to meet with Vereen, I would put in, okay, maybe next Wednesday dinner, I would do like a dinner, like meet up, catch up with Vereen. And then like maybe Saturday I would go boxing, maybe Sunday I would go hiking. I always try to like put like the little all the different stuff that I want to do inside that Excel sheet so that I can see, oh, I have this thing that I can look forward to at the end of the week. And then like maybe like, and then the other, like I would put in
mm,
like the work schedule stuff. But like the work schedule stuff honestly helped me to like plan my time and see, oh, when can I finish this task, when can I meet the deadline and all. But having like the little, like looking forward, like the fun stuff in this schedule makes things look better. That you see that, oh, your life is really not just about work. It's about it's your life. It's really not about just work. It's like you can have time to go social, you can have time to enjoy the things that you want in life. So having that actually made me like lock myself into like to be more present at time, because I know that, oh, I just have to finish up this very monotonous, very boring, very difficult task. But then at the end of the day, oh, I get to do like, maybe let's say, even like for busy day, I get to like watch a YouTube video for like maybe like 20 minutes. Well, that for me is rewarding too. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that being productive really is not about just working, 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 but having like like things to look forward to, like having like a mix of like work and also like personal life. That is productivity.
yeah, like at the end of the day, if you end up feeling unhappy after you did
Mhm.
everything, what's the point, right?
Yeah, it's like I'm not saying that you're wasting your time at all, but like to me it's like
Mm,
if you want to think like that, it's like you're not helping yourself. You're just making things worse. Like if you already
mm,
spend the time and effort to do it, might as well just do your best and make it count. Yeah, and to me
yeah,
that is productive. Just make it count. Yeah.
yeah. I totally understand. Like when you say you when people compliment on what you do, like how good you are in what you're doing, mean so much to you. I actually feel the same way too. Like when I was
Mm-hmm.
at work, yeah, when people
Mm-hmm.
say that, I always try to give my 100% as well.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know, I just feel like I want to do it
Yeah.
the best that I can. But of
Mm-hmm.
course I know sometimes because I work in the hospital, if let's say I did something not that good, probably it might be affecting people. That's a
Mm-hmm.
not that I mean, it's not a very nice thing to do, but apart
There's
from
always
that factor
ups and
itself,
downs in
I
life.
know, yeah, I know
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type that I want to do it well. So
Mm-hmm.
when people say, yeah, I'm doing well and stuff, I tend to get into more and I want to do more. And then it might
Yeah.
be uh yeah, just putting more responsibility or stress on my shoulder. But
Mm-hmm.
I do realize that if I enjoy what I'm doing, then
Mm-hmm.
it's a different story. No
Yeah,
matter how
that's
difficult it is, I
yeah.
enjoy it. I'm happy. I look forward to it.
Yes. Yes. I feel like having compliments from others really help to boost up like how you work and then like your attitude towards work. But like
Mhm.
in the end, like it's yourself that boosts like and fuel
Yeah.
yourself in doing work. Like if you can sort of like change your mindset and tell yourself like what's it called? Like it's called intrinsic motivation. I feel like
Mm,
extrinsic motivation is important, but intrinsic motivation is always the more sustainable like
yeah.
way of like for you to forward in
Yeah.
your life, I feel. Yeah. Having that inner voice to tell yourself that, oh,
Yeah.
I can do it well, like or like I love it or like something like that would really push myself to like to go further, I would say.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and recently, I don't know. Recently, I've been picking up new spots, so I feel like my whole week is so packed, so full. I'm just
Mhm.
tired. That I started questioning myself: Am I being productive, or am I just trying to fill in all the time and be busy? I started
Mhm.
questioning myself that until the point that
Yeah.
I was like, no, let's go back to the most initial question, like why am I
Yeah.
doing the thing that I'm doing?
Yeah.
If I know
Yeah.
the answer, then I'm probably just being productive just because I want to do this. I enjoy doing all this.
Mhm.
It's a bit
Mhm.
tired, I know. I recognize it,
Mhm.
but it's all right. If at the end of the day I come back to a question, the why question, and I realize I don't even know why I'm doing this for what,
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
it's probably something that needs a bit more thinking.
Yeah, that's right. For me, I think that too. But like, I don't know, for me, cause I feel like, cause I'm an extrovert, I really enjoy like engaging with different people and engaging with different types
Mm,
of activities. So to me, even on my off days or when I'm not working and stuff, I'm still out. I'm still out hanging with different kind of people. It's just like doing different types of activities. For me, that is recharging. But for some people, like let's say introverts, they probably like to like stay in at home, maybe have a whole day
mm,
cleaning up or like just making some meals. I do have days like that, but like for me, productivity is for me myself, extroverts, I would say productivity is when like I go out and meet friends, I maybe go boxing, I go hiking or like do different kinds of activities. That's how I recharge myself. And I feel like it's really important to recognize your way of recharge so that like during weekends you
mm.
could recharge and then fill yourself up for weekdays. Because like not like I feel like sometimes physical like, having enough physical rest is really important. I would have those days where I want to just lie at home and like take it slow and stuff. But like if you are the kind of person that like needs more physical rest, just go ahead and take your things slow on like on your off days or like on your downtime. So I feel like everyone has their own pace in life, and then like even like if you are slower in pace, that's fine because that's how you want for your life, and then nobody's gonna push you to like move faster and stuff. Yeah, eventually it comes to yourself, like recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses and your way of recharging and like how things work for yourself. You know the best.
Mm. Yeah, I think it is worth mentioning that there's no right or wrong in terms of how a person
Yeah.
should be
Mm-hmm.
productive. There's no
Yeah.
the so-called you have to do it this way. Just
Mm-hmm.
find the way that works for you. And if you
Yeah.
need more rest, that's totally fine as long as that
Mm-hmm.
works for you. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
you don't need to feel guilty when you need a bit
Mm-hmm.
more rest compared to others. Maybe they are
Mm-hmm.
resting in certain ways that you didn't
Mm-hmm.
notice or realize. Yeah.
Yeah. And also it just made me thought of like, like in YouTube there's always like those like productive 5 a.m. like morning routine,
Uh,
things like that. I feel like maybe it works for those YouTubers, but like I had a phase of like looking at all these and feeling so much anxiety, feeling like, oh, why can
mm,
people wake up at 5 a.m. and then do all this and I'm still like lying on my bed at 8 a.m. or something, like spending
yeah.
1 hour scrolling my phone and stuff. Like I feel like don't ever let those kind of like YouTube videos or like any hacks like those kind of tips and sort of stuff like affect your own like your own way of life, because like Vereen said, like everyone has their own everyone has their own way of life. And then like if you
Mm,
yeah like if like different people have different methods of recharging, and like and different definitions of productivity. For me, I like going out, I like doing a lot of things at the same time. But maybe for you it could be like just doing one thing at a time, and that's productivity too, as long as you're
mm,
being in present, and then like giving your best like at the same time. Then you are productive. You don't have to wake up 5 a.m. or like sleep late night, or like just find your definition of productivity and how you want to live your life.
yeah, true, true. Yeah, I do remember there was a phase of me
Hmm.
seeing, like watching all those YouTube videos. I'm like,
I know.
I'm waking up a bit too late. Yeah,
I know. Like, what am I doing with my life when people are waking up 5 a.m. doing all this stuff?
yeah,
I'm still sleeping. Oh my God. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Like some people work the best because they are the early birds, but some people work the best at
it
night because
is.
they are, yeah, late night
Yeah.
owls. And yeah, as long as it works for you, then that is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned about productivity over the years?
Mm. I feel like there was a time when I tried to like squeeze in everything in my schedule, to think that just to make myself so busy, to think that I'm productive. But like if you do it the wrong way, it would just lead to burnouts and burnouts and burnouts. Yeah, and then it would take so much time for you to recover from all these burnouts. But like as I slowly transition, like especially the phase after COVID, and then my masters, and then until now, like I feel like sometimes less is more. Less is more. Like
Mm,
if you have like five cards on your hand, just play that five cards well. You don't have to like make yourself get 10 cards, and then like I and then like maybe try and do like five cards well, because that's just 50%. Right? You don't have to juggle so many tasks for you to be so busy and then like be productive. Like if you have like two roles, just try and do those two roles well. And at the time, if you think that you are able to you are able to welcome new challenges, just get a third card and a third role, and then like work on it like slowly. And especially like I feel like
mm,
things take time, so I never push yourself too hard at the start, because it's always a transition. Give yourself time to make mistakes, give yourself time to learn, give
mm,
yourself time to accept people's criticisms, and then work on yourself. And then like I feel like slowly, if you're putting enough effort, you will be there. If you give in your best, you will be there.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I guess I have always had this kind of mindset back in my mind, but I never really realized it until the recent few years. As in, I kept on procrastinating, not
Mm-hmm.
starting to do something just because I feel I wasn't ready. But you're never going to be ready, even
Yeah, that's right.
just to be productive. Yeah, you just
Mm-hmm.
have to start doing it, and then yeah, productivity will come in when you get into the flow itself,
For
and you're
real. Yeah,
enjoying what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, because I feel like that there was a phase of me that I like to procrastinate. I'm not saying that now I don't procrastinate. I still procrastinate, because I feel like
Mm,
procrastination is human nature. It's just that how much time you want to
yeah,
spend
yeah.
procrastinating. Like and especially
Mm,
in face of like very difficult tasks and like tough situations, we procrastinate
mm,
more. But like it's gonna be like that. If you want to let in and just procrastinate, okay, sure, you can go ahead, but you have to understand the circumstances. The more you procrastinate, the more difficult, or the more
yeah.
like tight in time you would be later, because yeah, there's gonna be a deadline to task. And then like for
Mm,
myself, like I was able to like try to convince myself that okay, it's difficult, but you have to do it now. The sooner you fix it, the sooner you solve the problem, like like the whole situation will go off faster. Then you don't have to feel so stressful.
mm,
So Like for me, that's how I deal with procrastination. But obviously, different people have different ways of coping it. If you feel like you want to just sit in and like just hang out with procrastination a little longer, you could go ahead. But I feel like it's really important to understand the circumstances. If it's fine, go ahead. If like it is
Yeah.
bringing you really bad outcomes, so just try and like pull yourself together. I would say log in and just handle the situation.
Yeah, as long as at the end of the day you know you're not going to regret, then fine, do whatever you want.
Yeah, it like I feel like at the end of the day, as much as I'm sharing about productivity, like I feel like the very important message is that you have to know yourself better, like what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what is your version of
Mm,
productivity, things
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to add on for today's topic?
mm, I think like for the final takeaway, I would like to stress on the phrase less is more. Mm.
Mm,
Because I feel like and also less is more for me. I think of it as like having enough rest is actually benefiting you more than you spending more time at work trying to catch up tasks, because like I feel like everyone's minds is really not tuned to just working 24/7. like you can definitely spend all the time like working 24/7, like let's say in the morning until night you want to work, and then like of course you can do that, but would that be productive? Yeah, so like let's
mm,
say if you are working on this task, you gave yourself like 3 tasks to finish in a day. Okay, and then you could spend the whole day and only like finish 1 task. Like it could be a really difficult
mm,
one. So that's like, and then what but like why don't you maybe try and like focus on 1 task at a day, give yourself 3 days, focus on 1 task at a day, and like maybe like let's say just use 5 hours, just try to aim like 5 hours of productive work, and then the rest of the time you could spend on doing things that you like let's say meeting up a friend, let's say making a good meal.
mm,
For me, I find myself performing the best at like that, because I recognize that um I can't work the whole day. I my brain is not built like that.
mm,
So like I feel like okay, once I hit the 5 hour productivity mark, okay, it's time for me to switch a task. Like it could be like just making a meal. Like for me I try to do things like mindfully. I don't just scroll Instagram like that. And then like if you want to catch up with a friend, schedule it and then catch up with a friend instead of just lying there scrolling on
mm,
Instagram, doing online shopping. Like okay, if you wanna like scroll Instagram or like do your social media and stuff, okay, but you have to know that this is something that you want to do, instead of like
mm,
instead of like you just doing it to like kill your time, because end up you in the end you won't feel rested after that if you are not doing it
yeah.
mindfully. This is something that I learned from Ali Abdal.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
sometimes
Sometimes
I
I do
hear
watch his
his,
videos.
yeah.
Also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And sometimes it could be pretty toxic, I would say, because like, oh, people are so productive, like what am I doing here? But like yeah, like take what you need and then like recognize like
Mm,
your own ability and capabilities and just
yeah.
find your own way.
Plus the fact that he's so successful.
He is, yeah, he is. But like different, like we should never compare ourselves with other people. I'm still
Yeah.
working on it, but it's hard
Mm,
to not compare, because I feel like human nature is really prone to like
yeah.
comparison and stuff. But like 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 there's always gonna be comparisons. It's just how you view it. If you can be at ease with it and just allow comparison, it could be a good tool for you to improve yourself. But if it's just toxic comparison, like you
Mm,
at some point, if you are comparing with someone who's like too successful, you will feel no
mm,
motivation to move on in life as well, because like what am I doing? I'm 25 years old, I haven't graduated from masters, and then I'm still doing this and that, and then like wow, people earning like 1 million, stuff like that. Like there's really no end. Like just
yeah.
focus, just know what you want in life, I would say. Mhm.
Mm, yeah. That's
Yeah,
really a good like message for all of us to think about.
adulting.
True, true. All right. Thank you very
Mhm.
much for Qiong's sharing today. If let's say the audience would like to connect with you and stuff, where would be the best way? I mean, what would be the best way to do?
I would say do it on my Instagram. You could always message me and say, that, "Oh, I'm a viewer from like Incongruous Thoughts, and I would like to know more about you." Like sure, you can follow my Instagram, or if you wanna follow me on LinkedIn. Although I'm not very active on there, but I try to. So any possible way, I would be happy to connect. You can just search up my full name. Yeah.
All right, I'll links with Yu Chung's Instagram down in the description.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for listening today. Hope you guys enjoyed it and do get some key insights out of our whole conversation. And also thank you very much for Yu Chung joining me today. She's very busy. I'm just catching her off day, so
Thank you so much, Vereen, for inviting me. It's really something that I'm so honored to be invited, and I'm really happy to share my insights. If there's any way I can exchange my thoughts with your viewers, please come. I always welcome people for discussions.
all right. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to comment down below and share with us your thoughts, and yeah, like and share it to your friends and family who you think might need it. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed it, do like and share it with your friends and family, and drop me a comment on YouTube. If you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave me a review. If you're on Spotify,